Mando fam, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to go over a drill that is going to help you in not only your putting, but your approaching. But first things first, I gotta warm up. All right, so I'm a little bit warmed up now, and what I want to do before I get into this drill is give you two disclaimers. I'm gonna give you one, move on with my round, and give you two, and then I'll actually give you the tip. Timestamps are below if you just want the actual drill. But disclaimer number one, this is an important one, so don't skip ahead. Warm up within 10 to 20 feet of the basket. If you warm up anywhere outside that, if you just go straight into your round, you're gonna lose confidence slowly over time. So stick inside circle one, especially inside that, that circle of grace where you think and you know that you can confidently make putts. So for me, it's anywhere inside 15 feet. So right here, I'm about 15, 20 feet. And all I wanna do is go through my routine. I wanna warm up, know that I'm putting nose up and everything like that. And then by the time I'm actually going into my round, by the time I'm actually gonna have to putt, I know that I'm warmed up, I'm good to go, I built confidence. Let's move on to tip number two, or actually disclaimer number two. All right, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, you have to practice from your knee. You have to practice from on a hill. You have to practice from downhill. While yes, that is the point, that is not the disclaimer. That is a whole separate video that I could make. The disclaimer for this one is in your putting practice, there is nothing wrong if you are starting out in the game of disc golf. There is nothing wrong with shooting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of putts from the same spot. Now, if you're an advanced player, that is when that can be a little bit tedious, because essentially, if you're putting 100 times from the same spot, all you're teaching yourself to do is you are teaching yourself muscle memory. So disclaimer number two is, while putting in the same spot hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times is okay, it isn't an end all be all. This is how I get better at putting. Let me show you the drill that I'm talking about, and we'll get into it. All right, Mando fam, here is what the drill is and what you're going to need for the drill. The course is actually empty right now, so I'm gonna use hole 11 basket out here. Now, what you're gonna need is an open field, a basket, and some approach discs. So you can go with mid-ranges, you can go with approach or putters or whatever you wanna do. So just some type of approach disc. Now, what you wanna do is you have your approach discs, and for each one, you should measure out, or not really measure out, but just judge out anywhere between 150 to 250 feet. So you're going to get approach practice while getting putting practice. Nice. Because like I said in the last clip, you never know what you're gonna get on the course. So why not replicate that in your practice rather than sitting in the same spot and putting out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of putts if you're an advanced player. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go out into this field out here. I'm gonna throw these 4 discs in towards this basket, and then I'm gonna putt from all 4. And that's gonna give us both approach practice and putting practice. All right, Mando fam, so here we are out in the field. Now I'm gonna take my 2 zones from about 200 and in, because I know that is what gets me to the basket. So I'm gonna throw my 2 zones, back up a little bit, I'm gonna throw my quake, and then I'm gonna throw my buzz. Okay, so that's pretty good. Zone number 2. And that's off to the left, but still probably about 20, 25 feet. Oh, big skip. Very makeable though. Oh, that buzz is riding hard to the left, but still within 10 feet. Alrighty, so pretty good approach shots here. Absolutely bullseyed my zone here. So we're gonna put that bad boy on top, and we still got 3 more to go. I'm gonna putt from there. It looks like I have about a 10, 15 footer, probably about 15 feet, but it's very low ceiling. So I gotta keep it low, maybe nose down, even though my last video was all about putting nose up. But still, this is what I'm gonna be faced with every single time. There you go. Made the correction. Still 1 for 2 though. That's great.
He needs some milk.
Here's my 3rd approach, or actually my 4th approach. This is the buzz. Got about an 8, 9 footer. Got some wind in my face. All you want to do is go through your routine, just like you would in a tournament. Perfect. And perfect. Okay, really good. And now I got a little bit longer of a putt. And this was my second approach shot. Perfect. And just grabbed it. Thought that one was spitting out. So as you can see, this is just an awesome drill. You're getting approach practice, you're getting putting practice at the same time, and you're giving yourself looks that you would normally have when you're playing rounds, tournaments, whatever it is. So it's really the best of both worlds. The only downside of this drill is there is a lot of walking, and if you don't really have like an open public park or an open really field or anything like that, and you have a basket, you're not really gonna be able to do that. But anyways, I'm here on mulch, and as you can see, probably not the best, or actually it's really good because it grabs the discs. But if you are on pine straw or if you're on grass, the disc is gonna act a little bit different. So let's go to another hole, do the same drill so you can get an idea of still what I'm doing. So another thing that you can do if you wanna spice this drill up is actually go behind some trees to, kind of implement a wooded shot. So if you're in the woods, you're scrambling, you gotta get up and down for par or birdie or something like that, go behind a tree and do the same exact drill, because it is very difficult to be behind a tree and not knowing what to do in a tournament or a round or something like that. But if you get the practice, that's a whole nother thing. So I'm gonna be behind this tree here and I'm about 200 feet out. And that's gonna be well short. So now I know when I'm in my straddle stance, I don't have the power to rotate my hips, so I gotta get a little bit more flick on it. And I did the same exact thing. So that quake is gonna be just about perfect. Actually coming towards you, yeah, I mean, it went right below you guys. So really good approach shot there. Back up, we're gonna do my buzz now, a little understable, so I wanna release it flat, let it ride out to the left and fade to the right as much as a buzz does. I released it low, but I still gotta look for birdie or par. However you wanna put this into perspective, that's the look that I got. Okay, so from way out there, it looked like those approach shots behind the tree were awful, but they're parked. My buzz was actually probably about 15, 20 feet, and the quake, believe it or not, it might have actually hit the tripod. There it is, a little high, but 2 for 2. Not bad, not bad. I'm gonna start with my pink zone because that was actually the very first one I threw. Probably about the same exact distance as that quake, just a little bit more downhill than uphill. Perfect. That one was wobbly, but it still went in. I'll accept wobbly in putts for par or birdie. All right, let's go to my zone. This one, actually, even though I said I did the same exact thing, if not worse, it was better.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
See, that's what happens when you don't go through your routine. You make stupid mistakes like that. Now to my buzz, probably about a 20, 25 footer here. No, it's probably about 20 feet. Going through my routine this time. I'm gonna try and cash both of these. Got lucky caught. That one was perfect. Awesome. All right, Mando fam, that is the video. Now to recap, I just wanna go over everything that I just went over. So if you just wanna skip to the end, here you are. Now, what we ended up doing is I gave you 2 disclaimers and then I gave you the actual drill. The first disclaimer was to warm up, and warm up inside 10 to 15 to 20 feet, anywhere inside that circle of trust that you know you can make, that you know you can build your confidence. Now, disclaimer number 2 was mainly geared towards beginners. There's nothing wrong with throwing hundreds of putts from the same spot to build that muscle memory. But if you're an advanced player or an intermediate player or a beginner, even looking to take the next level to advanced or intermediate, this is not gonna be good for you. You need to do more putting practice than just sitting in the same spot and banging out putts. All right. Now in my 300 putts video, which is almost at 10,000 views, by the way, so thank you very much for that, I stood in the same spot pretty much religiously. I mean, I spread out my discs and, I was doing like 15 feet over here, 15 feet over here, 15 feet over here, 15 feet over here. But I was building that muscle memory, but I wasn't really getting that much better. I was just getting better from the same spot, from the same distance. And then when I got out onto the course, I wasn't in that same spot that I practiced in. So it wasn't really helpful, even though I was building muscle memory. So that was disclaimer number 2. Now, the drill was very simple, but it does require a lot of walking. So if you have an open field or even you're in the woods, all right, you're gonna take 3, 4, 5 approaches, however many approaches you want to throw, all right? You're going to throw those from either the same spot, different spot, behind a tree, behind a bush. Just make it realistic to where you would find your fairway driver, your mid-range, whatever, and then approach from there. Like you're trying to get up and down for either birdie or par. Always treat it like you're trying to get up and down for par, all right? Now you're gonna throw all 4 of those, and then when you actually get to all 4, you're gonna take your 2 putters or 1 putter and really make that putt count. So go through that routine. Do everything that you need to do that you would normally do during a round to try and make that putt. All right, I went through my routine on each and every one of those putts except the one that I missed on that other hole. But I would honestly say this is a really, really good drill. And then another thing that you can do right here at the end, I said, practice those lines. So practice throwing flat, practice throwing on a hyzer, practice throwing on an anhyzer, same for backhands and everything like that. So really this drill is going to get you so versatile and dialed in to where you need to be dialed in if you need to get up and down for birdie or par. So that is the drill. You're getting approach practice, you're getting putting practice at the same time, and you are getting the exact, you know, experience that you would get if you were out on the course rather than standing in the same spot or standing in a circle and just, you know, taking 1 step back or taking 2 steps forward, whatever it is, right? There's so many putting drills out there, but this one is my favorite if I have the energy to walk back and forth hundreds and hundreds of times. But anyway, guys, that is gonna do it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.